There is no 5-round battles. When the fuck is King of the Dot ever done a 5-round battle?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And this is watch Organic respond to Jae Millz uh in regards to calling him out for paying him or offering him $2,500 to basically do a world tour around Canada, and Jae Millz basically being a little upset in regards to how Organic worded a tweet, in the key word is being appreciative, you know what I'm saying? And you know, being appreciative of having the opportunity of somebody wanting to make an offer to you. You know what I'm saying? Which, depending on how somebody takes it, I can see where Jae Millz is coming from. But I'm also one where I need to hear both sides of the story. Now, I reacted to Jae Mills's response to dude's tweet. So I watched that. I kind of agree with Millz. I'm like, yo, 2,500 to do all that, all things considering, where Jae Millz is like hot right now, and you know what I'm saying, he's going off, like his asking price is high, like the demand is high, and I get it. You know what I mean? So like, and trust me, I'm one that's trying to get Jae Millz on the couch too. But whatever that asking price is, I ain't got that. I ain't got that. Let alone have I paid to play. You know what I'm saying? Like Jae Millz might be the first person that almost made me break rules. You know what I'm saying? Where I was about to pay to play. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it sounds like he got this crazy budget that I know I ain't got. You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't got that budget. Whatever budget and number that he's talking about, I just ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. You know, I'm still gonna support homie's music. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna grind my ass off to get to the status of being able to have specific artists on it. And the ones that give me the opportunity to chat, you know, have these hip hop conversations, I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? The ones that don't want to rock, I would never get bitter. But I feel like that's a lot of stuff that goes on too. Like I feel like because we do this stuff and we have damn near almost have access to like these people, if they catch our stuff, comment on our stuff, we feel almost as if we should be entitled to like get an interview without paying. But some require a payment, some require a fee. You know what I'm saying? The more you get into this, I'm still wet behind the ears, breath smelling like Similac. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still learning as I go along. Like I say Jae Millz spit at the phone mad times with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he did. Hearing how this nigga been talking, I know the nigga spit at the phone mad times, and that's okay. That is okay. That's not gonna make me look at Jae Millz any differently, because I do understand the circumstances of it. You know what I'm saying? I literally understand the circumstances. So for homie to offer the $2,500 to fly to Canada, host, do 5 rounds, do et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, for as hot as he is right now, I was like, at least throw him 3, at least throw him 4. You know what I'm saying? At least kind of double it maybe, but that's also within, like, if it's within the budget. And you don't know what the budget is and what they got going on. I sure as hell don't. So that's why I'm clicking on this to hear his side of it, because I can't just react to Millz. You know what I'm saying? And then just be like, yeah, that's it. There's 2 sides to every story, and then there's the truth. Folks like us might never know the truth unless DMs get leaked, because you know we're in the world now where people leak out the DMs and shit like that, and people go for the embarrassment round and try to clown you and everything else, which I think that's where I feel like people are feeling a little tight about, because Jae Millz had a private conversation and then took that private conversation and then went on Twitter and started talking how he was talking based off of how somebody said that they should feel appreciative or something. So like I said, this battle rap scene is definitely real like diva like, and it's real like, you know, it's kind of crazy, but I think it's all in the art of bringing the traction. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a strategy behind it. Whether it is or it's not, I just think that there's still a strategy behind it. So, you know, shout out Angry Fan. You know what I mean? I've been watching Angry Fan stuff, after I do my Jae Millz reactions and shit. There's a few people I be looking to check out, you know what I'm saying, and see what they got to say and check out their expertise on these situations because these people have been very well involved and very well connected with these folks and have more intel and more insight on what's going on. So I like to learn as I go along. So I still give my commentary, I give my thoughts, and I give my opinion. But we're about to hear this little quick interview from Organik with Angry Fan. Shout out Angry Fan. Shout out Organik. I just got familiar with Organik. Like once again, I left the battle scene like smack URL days. You know what I'm saying? I was watching it like 2014 and shit. I was watching the Loaded Lux Murder. I was watching all those battles. You know what I'm saying? Like I was watching literally all those battles at my cousin's crib in the basement. I was there for it. But after a while, it just became either repetitive or it just like the cards weren't carding or whatever was going on. It just wasn't my thing. And then even now, you just got the shit going on with motherfuckers ain't showing up and they fighting. Like that's why I'm big on wax. You know what I mean? And I didn't even know they did. The I call it like the BET shit where they was rapping on the freestyles on beats and going at it on beats and shit like that. I wasn't even aware of that, but I might have to get into that. 'Cause I'd rather hear people battle on beats than battling a cappella, even though I still like it, but it's just not how it used to be. So with all that being said, man, Organic response to Jae Millz part one. And I will be pausing and saying what I gotta say too. But shout out Angry Fan. Let's see what we got.
Organic.
Yes, sir. What's going on, Caps?
Yo, my guy, how you doing, man? Hey,
I'm
hey,
good.
hey, I appreciate you calling up. Every time you pull up, they say we have a fire interview, so you already know.
Hell yeah, man. I
I
got a
mean,
lot
hey,
of
hey,
food, man.
hey, you here? Front page
Hmm.
news as usual. You know what's funny about you, bro? You know what's funny about you? When I seen Jae Millz respond to A-Ward, right? And
Hmm.
make the comment about the four figures, in the back of my mind, the first thing I thought was, oh, Organic probably gonna respond to this. I
Yeah, I
don't think
mean,
people know you can get outspoken at times.
I can. You know what I mean? Obviously, I think anybody can, especially when it comes to defending a brand you've spent 20 years building. That, and it's not even really about me. It's about the artist on the brand. When you defame King of the Dot, you're defaming everybody that's coming over here and putting in work. You're trying to devalue the whole value capture of the brand. You know what I mean? And my response to Mills wasn't that whatsoever. I was trying to be
I mean, I can see his point and his angle in regards to that, especially how Mills was talking, but he also wasn't entirely shitting on the brand though, because I watched the Mills side and I feel like Mills took it personal with the offer, not as far as what you were doing, but just the offer. That's how I was taking it. It seemed like it was the offer, and he felt disrespected. He felt like he was highly valued, and like if you've been listening to a lot of Jay Mills's blogs, the disrespect is what's really um triggering him on how he's negotiating and what these asking prices are. And I can tell you from experience alone, I'm pretty sure homie definitely felt like if he felt disrespected with that, oh yeah, that nigga hate me. You know what I'm saying? That nigga Mills hates me. You know what I'm saying? He hates me. He's probably like, yo, fuck this nigga Beto. Like, who the fuck is that? So I get it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm new. I'm wet behind the ears in this scene. I'm not even 2 years into this shit yet. So my situation is definitely a little different than somebody who's been doing this for years and has had a lot of people on the cards. I'm building a platform, you know what I'm saying? So, asking like, same situation. I was asked what I'm willing to give. It was nowhere close to what he's talking about. I'll tell you that right now. We keep it a stack. You know what I'm saying? It was nowhere close, but I'm fucking new. Nigga, I still work a job. You know what I'm saying? I still work a job. You know what I'm saying? That's why the, Rum Nitty, we need you in aisle six. It's funny. I'm like, nigga, I'm still, I ain't bagging up in aisle six, but I'm doing calls for people. You know what I'm saying? So
respectful, saying like, listen, if you don't set a price and you tell someone to make an offer, no one can judge your personal
so
perceived value. No one knows.
So I agree with that. And you know what's funny? To his defense, I definitely was like, well, damn, like you're asking me, like, I don't know where to start. And like I said, I'm new. I'm not even on the same level or status as Organic. I'm just somebody just reaching out, going off the pure vibes and energy, and just be like, yo, I fuck with your shit. I respect what you do. I respect your craft and everything. So when you ask me an asking price, I'm like, shit, nigga, like I know you Jay Mills and you hot right now. The funny thing is I said this shit. I was like, I know you hot, my nigga. Like I know you the algorithm and everything. So I know like time is money. You know what I mean? Like the type of time Mills is on, time is money. I get the whole thing. So that's why I'm like, whatever I put out there, if he don't accept it, that's cool with me. I can't be a bitter Betty about this shit. You know what I mean? So
What's going on in your own head?
I'm with him on that. But I feel like you should have a price though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with that being said, if that's how you feeling or if that's how you doing it, set a price. You know what I'm saying? Set a price and be like, this is my fee, or be like, nah, this is what I think I'm looking for. And then maybe there's a negotiation that happens. What I think failed was that he said that then Mills went and jumped on the Twitter and did whatever he did, and it was never a negotiation from how it sounds. You know what I'm saying? At least negotiate and be like, whatever you can do, because sometimes the budget ain't budgeting too. And then maybe that's his set thing. And then maybe Mills got a set thing. But with what he said and with experiences, it sounds like there's no set price. It's like, let me see what you're gonna do, and if I respect it, I'll check it. If I don't, then fuck you. Which is what I said in Jae Mills's initial response to the Twitter stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has a price, but he's not saying the price. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing I think I'm peeping is that, all right, if that's what's happening, I'm not even anywhere on the level of this guy at all. Like, I'm just somebody out here trying to still figure it out. But I get it, dog. Like, that puts you in a weird spot where it's like, damn, you're asking me, but like, what's your asking price though? Like, and if you're gonna feel lowball based off how somebody's gonna do it, I feel like you can't go off the window because it's not even disrespectful. Like, even for me, I was like, yo, it's no disrespect. Like, nigga, I'm like straight up, I'm like, nigga, I work. Life is expensive as fuck. Like, I am not rich. You know what I'm saying? I am not rich to just be throwing thousands of dollars to talk to you through the screen. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, I can't pay thousands of dollars to talk to you to the screen, bro. I know you're the algorithm, but like, what's that turnaround gonna be? Is like, does that come back to me? You know what I'm saying? If I'm like doing an interview and like, is that gonna get me 100 million views, 100,000 views? Who knows? It's risky. You know what I'm saying? But like, this is still a business, so you invest what you put in. But yeah, I'm with dude, bro.
You know what I mean? So, grew up in battle rap, and this one can understand your personal perceived value.
And I just said that, like, the value, bro. Like, nobody knows it, so you just got to put it out there. You can't like be mad and then go. But here's the thing: you're a league owner. It sounds like too. So that's a different type of narrative he's gonna spin. Because for me, I'm not looking at it that way. I'm just like, all right, if people ain't got it, you ain't got it. Like, for me, I still don't feel the way. I'm like, all right, like, you ain't gonna accept it. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not gonna break my back for it because it's like, I know my budgets. You know what I'm saying? And like, I can still negotiate a little something. I'm like, but there was no negotiations, it sounds like, for anybody. You know what I mean? So
that's a personal thing. And this is me saying I respect Millz. I'm a fan of Millz. You know how long I grew up in battle rap. You don't respect me, fuck you. I get respect from the rappers you look up to. Like, I know Millz bars from, that shit was my MSN name as a kid, bro. You know what I mean? So
the funny thing is everybody fucks with Millz. Like, I fucked with all of the Virgo mixtapes. I'm a Virgo myself, so whenever them Virgo mixtapes 1 through 5 came out, I was on them. The Flood mixtapes, I was on those. I was being one of those dudes. I was such a Millz fan that I thought he was dissing Fab and them on the Flood shits. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Fab was dissing the team at the time, and Millz was one of those dudes that was dissing niggas on, I think the shit was called The Flood. The song might have been called The Flood. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. It was some shit on there where I was like, I think he's taking shots at Fab. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how much I was fucking with Millz, dog. I was fucking with Millz since then. You know what I'm saying? Them Young Money days, and then getting into his mixtapes, Potent Era, everything. So niggas fuck with Millz. That's what's crazy. Niggas fuck with Millz, man.
This is not like I'm trying to shit on Millz. And here's a funny thing. If you actually go to my first response to him, no one even responded to it for 24 hours.
Okay.
Right? I responded and I didn't quote it, so none of my followers seen it. Nothing like that. I was just saying, like, bro, like, personally, any offer should be appreciated. If someone's coming to you, valuing your services, asking, showing interest in your services, that should be appreciated. Whether you guys can come to an agreement or not, it's still like a respect thing. You know what I'm saying?
And long as it's respectful and stuff, I definitely 100% agree. Because once again, personal experience myself, I've had not an issue, but I've had the same approach. And clearly we ain't had to talk. Clearly I'm still just, talking and chatting and, doing whatever. But, it is what it is, bro.
Now, I've never even had a conversation with Millz myself, ever. The offer came from who I work with, Canova Capone. You know what I mean? And he was gauging interest, trying to see what we can make happen for World Dom. Day 2 is the beatdown event. Now, the stuff that we're saying, there is no 5-round battles. When the fuck is King of the Dot ever done a 5-round battle?
Oh, wait a minute. And this is why there's two sides to every story, because from Jae Millz' version was that he had to fly to Canada, host the event, do 5 rounds, do 2 rounds, then battle with King Los. Like, he named a whole bunch of things on the itinerary on what he was going to do. So now we need screenshots, I guess. I guess it's screenshot time. So when Mills sees this, expect to see him hop on with the game over stuff tomorrow. And will screenshots be provided? Because once again, Mills has screenshotted things in the past. Mills has shown that there's receipts in the past. So once again, two sides to every story. His side, Mills' side, and the truth. That's all we need. That's all we need.
Oh, it wasn't 5 rounds?
Go on King of the Dust channel and try to find me a 5-round fucking battle right now. Ever. I have the emails. I can show you. It's 2 90-second rounds and a third round 3 times 8 bars, which equals in total 4 minutes of rapping. The whole thing. Plus...
Ooh. Ooh. See, this is when it gets spicy, B. This is when it gets spicy. His side, Mill's side, and the truth. This is how we started. We're in it now. Round 1.
You get 25% pub master, 50% of the writing masters when we release it on all DSP platforms, because these are battles on beats. So everybody that battled on the platform, they get pub and masters. They own ownership in the content. So it's not just a flat fee. There's back end stuff that comes with it. You get to bring your producer to the table. You get to bring promotion on that side. You know what I mean? And I don't know what to say.
Where did 5 rounds come from?
Who knows, brother? You know what I mean?
Damn, even Angry Man's disappointed right now, too. Angry Fan's disappointed. Like, I got the same look as him right now. We just need, once again, I'm going to say, we got both stories. Now we need the truth. This is going to be the theme throughout this, y'all. Don't forget to like the video, hype the video, subscribe. But this is going to be the theme. Like, we need the truth now. There's 2 sides and the truth.
Who knows? Go on our channel and try to find a battle with 5 fucking rounds. We've never done that. If you go look at Reed Dollars versus Jazz, that was the exact concept we're doing. It's 2 90-second rounds and 3 times 8 bars as the third round. It's a 9-minute battle, Reed Dollars versus Jazz the Rapper. 9 minutes long. Why the fuck would I be paying people like they're up here doing 5-minute a cappella rounds? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's a concept of an event that we were doing for the first time ever. It's a battles on beats in Toronto for the first time ever. We're reaching out to people, seeing who want to get down, who want to be involved. If people want to or not, cool. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of battle fans, when they're throwing around numbers, it's like, y'all really don't understand the economics of this shit. There's 2 people in a battle. If 2 people, let's just say the numbers are 2,500. Then you have flights and travels. That's going to be about another $1,000 each. Okay, now we're at about 3,500 each. That's $7,000. Respectfully, right? Due diligence on YouTube right now. What are Jae Millz' last 2 battle rap views? How many people were in the crowd when he battled round 1?
You mean battling wise, not on beat, but battling wise.
And on beat, whatever it is. The last 2 things, because you got to remember, this offer was made in January. He only had like 2 diss songs out at this time.
Oh,
wait, this is not even recent? Fuck, what's going on? What's going on? So you mean to tell me that this wasn't even, like, the way it was sounding, like this was like last week, a week ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the midst of him being 7-0. So you're saying this happened 2 months after he was already on a rampage, because he started going off in October. We need the truth. We need the truth.
In January.
Yeah. So here he is.
You know what though? He was bombing on DNA and Goods.
He was. Listen, I'm not gonna take away from that, brother.
But that was early on though. That was just DNA and Goods, and like those were good. But I feel like I was arguing it, like I said, like once again, Goods was a wash. But that DNA and Millz battle was a little, you could call it how you want to call it. You feel me? Like, I got bullied into saying Millsy won it. That's why I say *7. But I feel like there was 2 songs that got him, like the DNA outside. But once again, once I got privy to like, yo, DNA outside's playing on the radio, I'm like, well, once you get the radio like clip and it plays on the radio, like you kind of do win. But I feel like as far as how they was rapping at first, I was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't know. Like I was you can go back and look at the reactions when I did them. I was saying DNA got Millz, and people was tight. You know what I'm saying? So I said I got bullied into it, but 7-0 with an asterisk. You know what I'm saying? But damn, that's crazy. A little different. The narrative is a little different. Wow.
Of the game,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But at the same time, if you ask people to make an offer, we're going to go do our due diligence with analytics, right? We got to go see how many people in the crowd when you doing an event anywhere. If there's 30 people in the crowd, okay, this is in your hometown, there's only 30 people out. How many people are going to come out to see you in Canada that don't know, you know what I mean?
The logistics, and like I said too, I was like, yo, the logistics and the budget, like all that definitely matters. I said that before. I'm just like, I just don't know anything. And I'm glad that he's doing this interview because once again, we needed to hear from the guy that he was coming at too.
We got to judge how many tickets you're going to sell, how many views are you getting on your battles. So do me a favor right now, his battle versus my one.
And you know what's funny is, like I said at the beginning, I'm like, yo, whatever money that's being asked, like, and like, you know, I'm gonna bring it back to my situation. I'm like, I could do that, but like, what does that help me out? Because I'm like, I'm literally still new. I got 12,000 subs. Like, I am literally a peon in this game. Like, I don't got no funds. Like, I got funds, but I don't got funds to just be like, I got funds to take care of my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't got funds to just right now be throwing at interviews and all that, like, respectfully. And it's like, I can make the budget for that, but I'm just like, hey, like, I know you're hot, but I'm like, that doesn't mean if I get an interview shoot that like I'm gonna get 100,000 views and like that's gonna be a turnaround where if I spend 2,500, for example, using the price here to talk to you through the screen, I don't think that would really make much sense. You know what I'm saying? And like, and I fuck with Millz too, but I'm just like, hey man, you know, I don't know, like, you know, and I even double back. I ain't gonna lie, I double back. And that's when I knew the nigga definitely spit at the phone because I doubled back and I was like, oh yeah, he ain't fucking with a nigga. But like, you know, yeah, it goes back to that. Like, even as somebody like him thinking about it like that, I thought about it like that on my end, and I'm not even anywhere on the level of this guy. So I understand.
Go on ChatGPT, ask what the YouTube revenue is for 31,000 views.
Oh, see?
He said go to ChatGPT.
See?
Yeah, just for the sake of it.
I'm gonna do it right now.
What is the YouTube revenue on a 31,000 view battle?
All right. Hold on, give me a second. All right, boom. What's the revenue for? I already know where we're going with this. What's the revenue?
Oh wow, not that much at all. But you know, it's funny. The asking price, if it's high, 25, 2,000 to 5,000 a month. If it's high,
you got to remember, I don't like. Well, we're gonna get there. Hold up.
So, you know, while he's doing that, I did it. Yeah, low engagement, about 100 to 500 a month. Average channel about 500 to 2,000 a month. High CPM niche, finance tech business. Yeah. Bruh. And that goes back to my point. Like, I'm just like, even I was doing these numbers in my head, and I'm like, I'm small time. Like, I'm like for me, I was like, respectfully, I was like, I don't think if I got a Millz interview and paid $2,000 for it, for example, that I would even make that back based off of me being a small channel. You feel me? So like damn, I'm gonna have to shit it and fire right now.
Shit. Hold on, let me see. Because I do know, I mean, I'm a content creator, so I do know that it comes down to ads and all that good shit. I mean, it's just going to be green, yellow.
And battle rap is as low CPM as you can get.
Yeah, it's definitely nasty right now. I ain't gonna lie about that. It's definitely nasty. All right, it says, all right, according. Hold on. RPM for RPM. See, it comes down to the RPMs for real, because that's the only way to really answer the question.
Hey, but what's the general? You know what I mean?
RPM is one. All right. This is RPM. If it's $1, it's $31. If $4 is $124. If it's $8, it's $248. Jesus Christ, bro. If it's $20
on high CPM, 31,000 views brings in $248. If he's not selling tickets
for $8 RPM, RPM is per 1,000 views. Yeah. Every 1,000 views is $8.
$8.
Okay, so 31,000 times 8, or what is it? Like 31 times 8. We're talking like a couple $100. You know what I mean?
If it depends on the engagement, it literally goes low engagements like 100 to 500. if that's a low engagement channel. You know what I'm saying? So if you're an average or high, that's anywhere from a couple of hundred to 2,000, just depending on the view count and shit. So, damn, man.
About
Shit.
240. Yeah.
We're not talking long rounds. This is 90-second rounds with 3x8 bars at the end, right? Like in a brand new format that isn't selling on pay-per-view. Like no one's buying World Dom to see day 2. People are buying World Dom to see Tay-Rock versus Shotty, Diz versus Sharon, Jazz versus A-Ward, Real Sick versus Ill Will. Day 2 was, people didn't even know half the battlers on there. Candy, Ren DMC. We had a dance hall battle, you know what I'm saying? So you got to do the economics, because everything is real economics, and business is business. So if you're not going to be selling $2,000 worth of tickets, which would be lying. What, you know what I mean? Like our tickets in Toronto, we're selling for $50. So you know what I mean? You would have to sell around 100 tickets, bro. Look at the venue. How many people are in there with all the big names on there?
But I got to be real. Organik, he's the most lit person in battle rap right now.
Now, this offer was January when
I'm about to say you gotta go back to January where it was just getting started. It was just the beginning. So that changes the narrative a little bit, though, in my opinion. If this is true, and this was back when he was only 2-0 or 1-1, depending on who you're talking to. Yeah, I think the census would say 2-0. He wasn't the hottest yet. He was just getting warm. He was literally just getting warm.
Kinda was then. He was then.
I mean,
you got to remember that the height of all of this was when he beat DNA and Goods. That was before January.
Okay, but still, if that hype should translate to battle views, his most battle release is still at 31,000 views. It should convert over.
I disagree with that only because I feel like you're now cross-blending with what he's doing on beats versus whatever the 31 is for the battle, which is just acapella. I don't know. That's something that I would have to learn about myself, but
how many views? Wait. How many views is he getting when he doesn't have the SEO value of another popular battle rap capture in the title of his views?
Damn.
Go on his YouTube channel and scroll back to before and look. If there's not another...
That search engine optimization. He's talking that talk right now. Don't know if it's factual. I don't got the logistics and stuff like that in front of me, but if you look it up, all you gotta do is go to the page.
Popular battle rapper diss in it. Where are the views? He released I'm not even trying to shit on anybody. I'm just trying to be logical with analytical stuff. If you ask someone to make an offer, they're gonna go to the analytics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now keep in mind.
Yeah.
I've never even spoke with Millz. This offer didn't even come from me. So him doing all this, like you a guest visitor shit, like.
See, that's another thing that's even a news flash now too. I mean, once again, we still need the truth. But if this wasn't a direct thing between him and Millz, then a lot of stuff is kind of nullified. I feel like he shouldn't have had that energy then towards this guy if he wasn't directly dealing with this guy. It's interesting. Things get interesting in the scene, y'all. Drop a bomb, though. Drop a bomb. Shout out to Angry Fan, too. Shout out to Angry Fan for making this happen.
It's just corny, man. You know what I mean?
All right, one question, Organik. All right, it didn't come from you, but obviously your partner who offered him the 2,500. Was you aware of that? That it was 2,500 being offered?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great follow-up question.
Okay.
Great follow-up question.
Okay.
But I think the energy is a little different because you're not dealing directly with Dude, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not dealing directly with Dude, I feel like the energy was might have been unwarranted, Millz. It might have been unwarranted, and I'm still a fan. But that might have been a little unwarranted, my brother.
But okay, there's also 2 people in a battle. Where's all this money coming from? If you're only generating that on views, you know what I mean? Like, and then again, I respect him. I'm not here to ever shit on anybody, brother. That's not my game. I'm here to build battle rappers, not break them and tear them down. You know what I mean? My response on Twitter was saying, like, bro, if you ask someone to make an offer.
So you know what's crazy And the crazy part is he was actually super hot at this time. Like, so, well, this is 5 months ago, so the view counts have went up since. But those old songs are currently sitting at 183,000. Like these are the goods and DNA battles, and then like 177,000, 254,000, 110,000, 80K. Yeah, so like when you keep going to the other battles after the fact, they kind of leveled off a little bit. I still fuck with the songs, but to his point, going off of the number side of things, it's interesting.
In private, they make an offer. If it's not what you expect, and then you go bomb on them on Twitter, like, how would people feel comfortable making you an offer? You're gonna push people away that maybe like, you know what, I don't wanna be bombed on Twitter. I'm just gonna.
I disagree with that a little bit. It goes back to I think there was a little bit more personal things going on with that, so that's where I'm just like I will disagree with that sentiment a little bit because I'm sure he'll mess with everybody else. And then Mills did make it clear it was you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it was necessarily a thing, but he was dealing with a third party though.
Stay away. That was my only point, and I said it respectfully. I even said it. I didn't come at him tearing him down or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. I'm not here to do that with people, man. I'm here to put battles together, whether you want to be involved or not. That's cool. I've been doing this 19 years. Another thing, how much money have I put in people's pockets over the years? Type that in ChatGPT. How much is fucking KOTD paid out in fucking battle rap fees in the 19 years?
Yeah, it's crazy. I made a blog. I don't know if you've seen it earlier or not, but I actually said that already. But I do got a question for you. Do you feel like
it's in the millions?
Oh, do you feel like you're a guest in battle rap? Now, I want you to think about it. I
don't feel anything. I know I'm a guest in hip hop, bro. You know what I mean? And
I said battle rap. I didn't say hip hop. I said battle rap. But I'm gonna tell you why. I don't feel like you a guest.
That's interesting that he not owned it, but he's like, I'm a guest. But once again, hip hop, but he's asking for battle rap specific.
My personal opinion, but go ahead.
I think that's a a question that can that's a diversion question. The second that I get thrown there, it's making diversion away from the original topic. It's rallying people to now start like almost like a race war. You know what I mean? Like you're drawing a line in the sand to divert from the actual conversation. Where did that even come from? From me trying to you know what I mean?
Just make an offer.
You've been here for over 20 fucking years. You done put niggas money. You done put money in niggas' pockets. You done bought cannabis back. Millions.
Type it in ChatGPT. I've been here for 20 years.
Whoa. Millions.
Ask ChatGPT now how much, again, and this is brief. I have the actual accounting. You know what I mean?
All I got is with ChatGPT is that it's like, ChatGPT ain't always as accurate. So I don't like that. I even just did it. I was like, wait, why did I do that? But nah, legit. If he's been in here for 20 years, I mean, that's a layered one. That's an interesting one. You know what I'm saying? That's an interesting one. I'm not one to say that he's a guest or not based off of the circumstances, because I feel like if you're pioneering stuff and you're opening lanes and you contributed the way that this guy has contributed, I feel like you're not really a guest. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you're a guest in that regard. And to his point with this situation, I mean, it turns racial when you're talking guest, right? Normally, that's what that means when somebody's a guest in the hip hop space. So, facts though, knowledge. That's why I was just like, I don't know about the ChatGPT thing though.
Type in and ask how much KOTD is paid out in battle rap fees in the 19 years they've been in existence.
Whoa, million. Hey, how much?
Legit, and that's with an S. That's plural.
Millions.
Wow.
I just want you to see, because I think a lot of people, they get caught up in what's recent, yada yada.
I'm gonna need the Googles versus ChatGPT for that to be accurate for me. I need the Googles. I need the Google alert for that one.
I just want to know, and this may be right, it may be wrong. I don't know what your ChatGPT is saying, but I just want to, you know what I mean? I'm putting myself out there in the line of fire. It could come out and be completely wrong and make me look stupid right now, but I'm very confident.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I'm saying the wrong shit in. All right, hold. It says there is no public.
It's ChatGPT. You need Google.
Public total for how much money can.
Niggas need Google for this. I'm not gonna chat GBT my way through this. I need Google, bro.
The dot has paid out
I
to
need
battle raps
Google.
over its history.
The disclaimer says not everything is accurate on ChatGPT. We can't take that as a runaway and as the evidence or as the proof. I will say that respectfully.
Payment in the league, like most of the industry, operates on a contract-to-contract basis, with top-tier battles in the industry ranging from a few thousand to tens of thousands per performance. You said millions though. Like, hold up, they gotta be able to
Millions is a force. I'm personally not buying millions. I'm not gonna lie. I'm personally not buying millions. I'm just not buying it. That's just me. That's just me. I need the books. KOTD, I need the books. You know what I'm saying? Organic, I need the books.
We're doing events for we're turning 19 in
Respectfully.
August, brother.
I mean, I'm already, bro. I already know that, bro. You done been here for mad long. Like, that's the reason why I look at it a certain kind of way. Like, you put mad work.
Wait, I'm just gonna, this is a sidebar. It has nothing to do with nothing. Yo, fuck these New York Knicks ass hats right now. Yo, fuck these hats. I'm always saying that because you see what I represent. It was supposed to be us over there busting y'all ass, angry fan. We were supposed to be in here busting y'all ass. Y'all was cakewalking. Y'all niggas is cakewalking. Doing all these posts like y'all won a championship. How many blocks y'all gonna name next now? Because y'all was about to sweep Philly. Doing all this shit like y'all won a championship. Back to it though. I just wanted to get that out because y'all is acting crazy again. Y'all New York Knick ass niggas is acting crazy again. Respectfully.
On this motherfucker, bro. So I'm not really cool with this you a guest shit. You did a lot more than all these motherfuckers. And I'm not gonna sit here and say, all right, you're a guest, but you did all this shit, but you're the guest because you're white from Canada. But yeah, we got niggas like, and I ain't trying to be funny, I'm gonna say it niggas to say it. Dre Dennis, he's a league owner who battle raps like you did. He has not put the work in that you did. Why the fuck are you
Dre's put in a lot of work.
It's weird, man. I don't know, man.
Dre's put in a lot of work. Dre's battled more than anybody. He's throwing events. He's putting on for people
I'm not trying to diss him, but I'm trying to make a point here, though. You did more than him is what I'm trying to say. Fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
You did more than him, but you're the guest. I ain't cool with that shit. I'm gonna be
that's a diversion tactic, brother. That's diverting people away from the main point to get people to rally on your side using race as an angle.
I disagree because Millz only said that just because I feel like out of frustration, but his main focus was 100% about the $2,500 and to do the 5 battles that you're saying don't exist, and then also just running around and doing all the extra stuff that Millz explained in it. I don't think he didn't focus on the guest in him. He might have said it, what I'm saying, because I watched it, so he said it. But I don't think that was his whole like angle. His angle was about like what you was offering. I will scream that. I think that it was about what the offer was versus the guest. Like you said, diversion, but it was just. But I mean, I guess he's right because that's the part that he's focusing on. I just kind of pushed that to the side. I was more focused on like, damn, homie's doing all that for 2,500. Like that's a little bit of force. You know what I'm saying? And a little low considering things, but I also just don't know how these league budgets work and like what they really be offering. You got to hype the money up a little bit, right? Or you got to up your stock a little bit.
You know what I mean? The only reason I'm considered a guest is because of my skin color.
That's what I'm saying. I made up earlier. That's what I'm saying. Are you a guest because you're white? Straight up.
Of course.
Are you a guest because you're white?
Of course, and I may be a guest, but I moved in, built a house, and used that house.
But we can say Eminem's built a lot, done the things. He considers himself a guest in hip hop or in the scene. So I guess culturally we can say he's a guest in the house. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, that's a sticky one, and I don't like that conversation as much, especially with people that actually put in the work. I feel like you're only a guest. Like that's the thing too. I feel like you become a guest when you just want to visit, saying guest visit, but he's about to say, I think he made a home and shit, you know what I'm saying? So like that guest in hip hop shit really applies for like a Post Malone, you know what I mean? Those type of guys, like just the visitors, you know what I'm saying? The visitors that come and use it for whatever reason, and then they get hot, get the money, then they move out, you know what I'm saying? Like we've seen plenty of that, you know what I mean? Like not every white artist or white person affiliated with hip hop is a guest, I feel like as well. I feel like if they contribute and build a home inside of it, I don't think you can be a guest. Being older, I don't think you can be a guest in that regard.
house dozens of others and made sure that they had money to provide for their families. The amount of people that I hit me up to pay their rent, Christmas gifts, yada yada. I've been there for so many fucking battle rappers over the years, and you don't hear me ever jump online and bash people for that or try to use that as a leverage to me. Like, I don't even want to be the host of King of the Dot, bro. Like, I don't even care for it. I like doing it for the sake of having something, that builds community. I have a moral responsibility now to continue to be a key figure for this community that we've built. If I abandon it now, I'm abandoning every single battler that stepped on this platform and entrusted that I will hold their legacy in place. You know what I mean? It hurts when you see battle leagues go out of business and all of a sudden those battles die. The algorithm will never work for them again. Their legacy is tied to a channel that'll never have another upload again. You know what I mean? And, I don't really care to make this about me. It's never been about me. I don't fucking come out here and try to be the, the face and the star of the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not.
No. But I did want to feel, well, that's not feel, but I did want to hear how you felt about the whole you a guest shit. Because here's the thing about it. I get where Jae Millz coming from. I don't know you. You from Canada. I did more over here. I gave Mook the shot. I was on Making a Band. I got signed a Young Money platinum joint off of battle. I get that. Legendary. But when you leave and you're still here and you carrying battle, mind you, you was here before URL started. I think a lot of niggas don't even know that shit. And you've been in for 20 years. And you battled. You're not some nigga who got money putting it into the culture, just booking niggas, paying them, and like a Teddy Grizzle or some shit like that. You're not doing that.
You know how much side money I brought into this? Everybody knows I ran like the biggest black market cannabis company in Canada for 10 years. I was funding it completely to fund battle rap. The amount of times I've put $100K into events that don't come from battle rap is ridiculous. You know what I mean? I do very well outside of battle rap. You know what I mean? I always have, and I'm happy to put money into it. But at the end of the day, like, we're going to do what we do. We're here to have fun. We're here to enjoy it. The beat battles are 90-second rounds. There's no 5-round battles. These are 90-second round battles.
So he lied about that. Did Jae Millz lie about it being 5 rounds? Basically.
So the format is go watch Read and Jazz. And that's the format. Read and Jazz is on YouTube. It's 11 minutes in total. Cut out the intro. It's probably about 8 minutes in rapping. 4 minutes each. It equals like a round of acapella material where you don't need to worry about every like single syllable punch, everything mattering. You can ride on a beat. You can kind of have fun with the concept. It's not near as serious. It's a lot less stressful than acapella battle rap. You know what I mean? Like, and again, if we hit you up to gauge your interest and you're like, make an offer, how do we know your personal perceived value of yourself without discussing it first? No one's going to jump and offer you the largest money. That's that's crazy.
Not at all. Yo, that's a fact. I'm 1000% agreeing with Organik on this, because once again, I experienced it. You know what I'm saying? I'm only speaking off experience with said person. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, I am new. Wet behind the ears, breath smelling like Similac with this. So I'm like, whoa, I don't know. But like, I know that you are probably expecting something crazy, but you're asking me to gauge the offer. I'm like, nigga, I don't know, bro. I don't know. So I'm gonna give you what I think I can budget, because once again, goes back to like, what is that gonna generate for me as well? If I'm gonna dish out this X amount of money that you may expect, am I gonna get that even closely back in return? You know what I mean? Especially if, like, for example, like, I know when I ran across this issue, I was like, all right, that's interesting. I was like, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing this. We're going to be talking through the screen. I'm like, I'll pay if you pulled up to the couch and sat right here and we, one-on-one and, chatted, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here and you over there. I can talk about that. But I'm like, how much do you think a small time channel like myself would offer you to chat on the screen? You know what I mean? Because that's really what essentially it is. I'm doing screen talks. And that makes it rather difficult, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're a small time creator who, I'm rum nittying right now. I'm getting my rum nitty on. I'm working a full-time job, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get out of that and like, do what I gotta do with this. But like, niggas gotta make money and survive. And gas ain't cheap, life ain't cheap. I ain't never had a $1 million deal. And motherfucking rent is crazy. So it's like, it makes that's a very interesting point. I kind of stand with Organik on certain points. You know what I mean?
All right, but question. All right, but I do got a question for you. Let's cut you off, right?
Yeah.
So if y'all offer him 2,500, was there a conversation after that where it could have
That's
went
the key
up?
part. That's the key part. Is there a combo after? I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna sip my tea on it. I'm gonna sip my tea.
I mean, it could have, you know what I mean? But it never got there because, again, I wasn't really engaged in this conversation. This was pretty much Canova reaching out to people, gauging their interest, kind of seeing where the price is at, where their head's at, if they want to be involved, if they like the format. Like, nothing even went beyond that. It was
offer.
2 emails sent back and forth between someone that works with me, a staff member, who, you know, does a lot of great shit for King of the Dot. He runs the walk down as well, you know what I mean? And he came with us to help, you know, blow beat battle rap up and put some work into it. You know what I mean?
Y'all didn't even negotiate.
Negotiate. I'm glad an angry fan asked that, because like, if an offer is made, but then there's no negotiation happening after, you can't really be mad though. You can't be mad and feel disrespected, especially if like there's no conversation after. I can feel if there was a conversation after and it was like, all right, what's your asking price then? And you're like, all right, this, and then maybe you try to meet in the middle. You're like, nah, I'm good. But you were just like, all right, nah, I'm good. And then you took that route for him. You know what I'm saying? So that is interesting. That is interesting. Because once again, I'm wet behind the ears, breath smelling like Similac. So like, I'm not sure how it goes with that, but hearing this, I'm like, all right, I'm not too far from the ballpark. I'm like, all right, this is how it goes. This is how it goes then. But I'm always thinking like that's how any sort of, when you're talking about money or trying to engage with somebody, that's usually how it goes. It's not like you usually make an offer. And sometimes usually people got set prices too. So I was kind of surprised by that ask myself. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely surprised by like, let me set the price. And I found that as a little weird too. You know what I mean? So, and I thought it was just maybe because it was me, but it sounds like that's the thing too.
You said 2,500.
I've never had a conversation with Millz I've never had a conversation with Millz in my life, brother. Me and him have never had a direct conversation. We've never said hi and he said hi back. That's never even happened. That's why it's just so funny that, like, you know, but again, I respect them. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, but if you don't.
Damn, that's crazy. You would have thought they was direct. You know, I'm gonna put it out there. I was direct because I don't got a team. Once again, I'm a small channel that just off pure vibes and the energy, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I went and reached out because I fuck with homies' music. I literally like shaped my whole early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Like 2007 and on with like Millsy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
set a price publicly, or you don't hit people up and they're like, hey, are you interested?
He was the reason why I was really fucking with Young Money and shit.
And respond like,
we gotta guess. You gotta guess where you coming from. Yeah.
Exactly. And how do we know? Like, no one's gonna everybody's gonna kind of just throw something out there. I'm gauged on your response. If you're like, oh yeah, I want 50K or I want this, the conversation's over because we're so far in between. It's not worth negotiating because it's gonna turn into an argument. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'm not here to devalue people. I'm not trying to jump online and really even attack Millz, bro. I respect Millz, bro. Like I grew up a fan of Millz. You know what I mean? I grew up a fan of battle rap. I'm still a fan of battle.
And you know what's crazy is that like listening to him talk and just listening to how other people like, you know, deal with it, it's like, yo, niggas fuck with Millz. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the other people that, you know, are hating is that, you know, he's got a problem with. But it seems like everybody that's been trying to like get with Millz, like they fuck with Millz, man. We all fuck with you, Millz. The fuck, man. Damn.
Rap. You can find me on his diss tracks, the King of the Dot channel, probably putting flames, supporting it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Makes sense. It makes sense. All right. Well,
I think a lot of people in the chat don't understand how many battle rappers are getting paid these prices. The blown up perception is crazy. You know, there's a couple.
What you mean?
I feel that you got to sell it though. You got to sell it. So I'm not surprised by selling it. You know what I'm saying? You got to sell it as top dollar. That's not surprising.
There's a couple people that are going to earn bigger money, but 98% or 95% of the scene isn't generating like that, bro. Where is this money coming from? People just do the numbers.
It goes back to, like I said, like, does this even fit within the budget? You know what I mean? I always talk about, cause I look at logistics of things too. You know what I mean? Because once again, everything that we do here kind of turns into like business format sometimes too. So like, does it make dollars and does it make sense?
Especially when you go to a smaller country. Everybody knows international shows. If you an artist, I had this conversation with Drake when we were booking Blackout. He was dumbfounded at the fact that people are not lowering the numbers to do international shows. He's like, bro, I don't get paid the same if I do MSG or I go do Edmonton, Canada. He's like, the market changes. Canada's 30 million people, not 400 million like America. We're not London. We're not none of that. We're our economy is much smaller. You know what I mean? So like you can't expect the same finances and everything. That's why it's always just gauging interest. You want to come out here, look, we can offer this, we can do that. Outside of the offer with all these beat battles for everyone else jumping in, you get 50% pub and masters on the battles. Your producer gets pub and masters. You guys own pieces of the content when it gets released, and you get paid off the view structure of it. You know what I mean? If they go out on Spotify, when they do, because they are going out on Spotify and Apple Music, you will be able to sign up and collect your pub and masters from that. That's all in all the contracts.
That's more thousands. You think that's thousands or what?
It depends if they stream well. You know what I mean? That's really depends on the numbers. I'm not gonna. You know, I'm not going to lie and hype it up or anything, but we're trying to change a little bit of the concept of giving people ownership in the material. You know what I mean? Because it's on beat. You get to bring your producer gets to be involved. Your producer gets to get promoted visually throughout the battle. It says underneath, produced by, you know what I mean? Like, we're trying to just do cool new shit and introduce a new format. Of course, we're not going to just go out and pay 20 grand to every battler on a new format when we don't even know if anybody will buy the format yet. There's
your business will go broke if you're doing that.
No paying fan base for on-beat battle rap yet. It's not a cappella where people are like, oh, I need to make sure I stay home today. This guy's battling this guy. I can't miss it, because we're already at season 17 of a cappella. If people missed something, they feel like they've missed a channel or a step in the story. On-beat battle rap is not there yet. You know what I mean? It's going to take a while.
Which is very interesting, too. You know what I'm saying? That's very interesting with all things considered that it hasn't hit that format yet over there. I'm curious why not.
Even an on-beat battle that's hit 100,000 views in how many years? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to build shit first. And that's why we just reach out to people, gauge interest, see where their head's at, and see if we can work together. There's no hostility. If people, bro, do you know how many people have hit me with crazy numbers? Do you see me jump online and bash them? If that's your personal worth, I'm never going to devalue you. I respect it. I hope you go get it somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Organic.
Real talk.
Are we at the end of the days when it comes to battle rap? I gotta ask you, man. We got fucking battles. No, like every event we have, damn near there's 2-3 no shows.
Yeah, it's over. It's over, Angry Fan. Listen, nobody wants to deal with no shows and bullshit, bro. Like, nobody wants to deal with that. That diminishes the product.
Second event I seen, John had one now. This event where the battles came up, they showed up, they wrote, they performed, the back end wasn't there, and now the excuse is, I'm not going to drop the battle, so we're even. Like, what are we doing with battle rap, Organic?
That's not how we roll, you know what I mean? I want to just say, like, again, I do this to promote the rappers, bro. This isn't about me. We lose so much money throwing events because it costs money. These aren't beat battles. There's audio production. There's auto mixing and mastering. There's all the rentals to even record audio. There's filming, editing, venues, promotion, marketing. So much stuff that goes into this. To edit a battle costs money. People aren't just doing this shit for fun. You know what I mean? So I don't know what other people are doing. I can't speak on other people. I can only speak on what we do. You know what I mean? I go out of our way.
Yeah, but you know what?
And hold up. We treat people. Nobody comes to king.
I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead.
Nobody comes to.
So hold on. Let me finish.
We treat people. Nobody comes to king.
I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead.
Nobody comes to King of the Dot and has ever complained they've been mistreated. The second you get booked on King of the Dot, when you land in Toronto, everybody will tell you. You get every single rapper walks in their hotel. There's a half ounce of weed. You have all food, snacks. You have drinks. You have whatever you want. Every single person for every event, when they come up here, look at the blogs afterwards from Geechee, Rum Nitty, Big K, everybody. I be helping getting rappers' whole charges expunged so they can travel the world. You know, Big K's in Tokyo and all that
you
shit.
You get charges expunged?
Hell yeah. How do you think Geechee got in Canada?
What you doing for these niggas? Talk.
How do you think Geechee, go look at the blogs. I got Geechee and Big K's, all their charges expunged with a lawyer in America, so now they could travel the world. That's why it upset me with what happened to Geechee. I got mad love for Geechee, but I actually paid probably about like 40 grand in lawyer fees to get these guys' charges expunged because I fuck with them as people and humans, and I want to see them go do well. I don't need to do that for people. I'm doing that because I want to see battle rap exceed. I want to see Geechee Gotti be able to go over to London. I want to see Big K be able to go to Ireland. I want to see these people be able to travel. If you go look at a couple tweets right before Geechee got arrested, he even says, yo, mad love to Organik. He's the only reason I'm able to travel. I paid for all the lawyers to do that stuff. I don't go online and tell everybody. I'm not promoting this all the
Hey man, this nigga ain't a guest, man. Where I'm learning as I go along with certain people and stuff like that. Because once again, breath smelling like Similac over here. You know, what I'm saying, wet behind the ears. But hey, if he's whatever he's saying is true, I don't think homie could be considered a guest, man.
time. I hate the fact that I even got to remind people of this shit because everybody just be trying to play me like I'm here to not do shit. So, you know what I mean?
Organic, you're getting battle rappers records expunged. You paid 40 grand, not for an event, not
Bro,
for
I
battles,
could tell,
to
and
get their record expunged so they can travel.
and I still pay them to do all the battles and give them good fees and treat them like
And
good when they get
you
here.
pay them to do the battle on top of that.
Of course.
You gotta respect it. You can't do nothing but respect
some
it.
weirdo ass niggas. If y'all talking about Organic and I said it and I don't give a fuck. He's mad cool, I'm not, so don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? This is wild. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
So basically, brother, like I own a cannabis company in Canada. You know, like I said, I was doing very well. You know what I mean? I worked with someone I know that does concert promotions, and I was able to see like, man, they're able to get all these rappers over here that got crazy charges, gun charges, all that. So I had a conversation with them. I said, bro, like, I got some battle rappers that I think would be dope to bring to Canada. Like, how can I do that? They hooked me up with a lawyer. You know, I got on with them. You know, I'll even promote her. Shadow Dasha, you know what I mean? Her name is DASHA. You can look her up if you got on and get your charges expunged. So you want to travel, look her up, mention KOTD. She'll probably hook you up. You know what I mean? And we worked for a couple months to make that happen. You know, it takes a lot because, you know, salute to the rappers as well because they got to go do all their fingerprinting. They got to do all that stuff and able to build this, like, you know, this bond basically with the courts so they can go. You know, Geechee was very difficult because he had a lot of charges and they were very recent. What helped him was the fact that he did community service a couple of times and we were able to leverage these things to show like, listen, if you don't provide these opportunities for him, you're keeping them stuck in the same realm that they're living in, which doesn't allow them to grow. The whole point of rehabilitation is allowing people to grow.
That's
you know
a
what
fact.
I mean? So
That's
give a little
fact.
bit of trust to them, put some rope and allow them to move around a little bit and see how it moves and affects them and if it does it positively in their life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we worked with for Geechee and Big K. You can see the blogs. Geechee's talked about it a bunch of times. I don't have to go on my Twitter and tell people what I'm doing for people behind the scenes.
I did not know that.
You know what I mean?
Hey, this summer, any cookout I'm coming to, you can come. You good?
Okay.
You good?
Cookout talks.
I'm not. Listen, man. I'm not. I don't even care for all that shit. I'm not out here trying to be like, oh, I'm the white boy in battle. Like, man, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, no, nigga don't really look white to me too, which is crazy. When they keep saying, I'm like looking, I'm like, bro, you look Spanish.
show up, do my thing, try to get rappers paid, try to put them in front of thousands of fans that in a country where a lot of people aren't really paying attention to what's going on down south. Every battle rapper that's ever came to Canada will tell you, like, bro, we bring out thousands of people. Look at Blackout. Look at World Domination. There's 800-900 people. Look at Stay Forever. Paste died. We raised 250 grand for his family. Bishop passes. We throw events honoring his legacy. We're doing all sorts of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the amount of shit that we do for rappers behind the scenes is crazy. But I'm not going to come out publicly and name names of what I do. I'm only going to speak on the stuff that other rappers have mentioned publicly because I'm not here for the pat on the back or the class.
So you did way more. You did way more.
Of course. Other people will speak on that if
you're not a fucking guest, Organic, and you don't got to say it. I'll say it. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm black. 100%. I don't give a fuck. You're not a guest in battle rap.
I agree with Angry Fan because of everything I'm hearing. I'm like, and you've been here for 20, dog, and you built a foundation in this house. You know what I'm saying? You built a foundation in this house. So, you know what I'm saying? And you doing what you doing, which a lot of people don't do that are not the founding fathers, but like the people that I guess belong in the culture, so to say. You know what I'm saying? You do it more than a lot of people. I mean, we don't know what people do, but to consider this guy a guest in hip hop or like an Eminem, and I'm going off the ramp a little bit, but you can't consider these guys in hip hop, guests in hip hop based off of like what they contributed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm boiling down to. I think contribution and longevity and other factors that just weigh in determine whether or not you're a guest or somebody that is just in the house of hip hop and you're building a foundation as well too. And it sounds like this guy has built a foundation, dog. Like foundation builders can't be guests.
The fuck who don't like it. Period. Period.
I'm not going to argue that fact because again, it's a diversion tactic.
No.
But it puts me in a position where if I say I'm not, that's going to be clipped. And I don't. If people,
yeah, because you know how it go. If he was to fix his mouth and say I'm not a guest and do it with his chest out, oh yeah, the internet's gonna go crazy because the internet loves negativity. And there's some people out there that genuinely feel like he probably is a guest, and that would get him flamed up in the comments on the Twitterverse and everything else. So PR training for my man's right here, that's for sure. Like you can tell he don't feel that way, but he's not gonna go out and say it though. Let's put it like that. Angry fan can say it for him.
You want to view me at that? That's cool. That's your view. That's your perception.
You
that's
can't
on
walk
you.
on eggshells in the culture that you've been in for 20 years. Got all these accolades.
Brother, 20 is how long I've been running a league.
So how long you been in the culture? Keep going.
I've been battling since 2001.
Which means how many years? 25?
I'll send you clips right when this is done of me battling in 2001.
I don't think you lying. So
as a
25 years?
14-year-old kid, you know, in stadiums where I'm 100% the only white person in that motherfucker, bro. But like, you know, again, this is just what I love to do.
So how you a guest? You've been here 25 years. How you a guest?
Bro, if people want to view me as a guest, that's their perception. I can't tell people how to view me. You know what I'm saying? If people want to view me as a guest, that's their perception.
That's a fact.
Unfortunately, you know what I mean? I can't change your mind if you look that way.
Well, Organik, you're on my platform, and I'm telling you, you're not a fucking guest. That's what I
appreciate it.
I don't give a fuck with nobody. I don't give a fuck what if Max said otherwise. I would never give a fuck. You're not a guest, my nigga. That's some bullshit there.
But you know what? The fact that this is what the conversation came to is crazy because it was never about that. It was just me saying, like, bro, if I make you one, and not even me, if an offer comes in private, why would you dog it publicly? You're going to push people away to feel like, damn, maybe I shouldn't make an offer. I don't want to get dragged on Twitter.
See, I just don't think that that's the case, but you never know how people are feeling. Like, shit, for me, I don't feel the way because, you know, he ain't about to blow my, that will blow my name up if he was to do that. So, like, he's strategic with who he's, like, going at and talking about and trying to drag. But I guess to your point, you might be right, because if he's gonna go at league owners like yourself and people in that regard, then like, yeah, it might steer people away. But homie also said it was just you though. I'm gonna keep screaming that as well too. Millz did say it was just you. You know what I'm saying? So
you know what I mean? Nobody wants to you know, have a private conversation and it go and get dragged on Twitter as like leverage, you know, and that's all I was saying. I'm not here to shit on Millz, bro. I'm a fan first. Like I said, when I was fucking 14 on MSN, that was my fucking name for like 3 years was, you don't, I just told you the bar, the whole like, you know, you respect me, fuck you. I get respect from the rappers you look up to. You know what I mean? Like, I even said it as my response to Millz. I said, like, respectfully, I'm a fan first, and I'll continue to be a fan, regardless if you're on my platform or not. So I don't even understand where his energy came from because it was never no hate from me. It was.
I think he's riding off that once again. I feel I'm seeing from the outside looking in is that the battle rap culture is disrespecting Jae Millz, whether it be league owners, whether it be fans, whether it be other battle rappers. He's getting disrespected and he feels like he's not getting the respect that he deserves, or he's not getting the recognition off of what he's done on these beats, which, in my opinion, I think if this community only cares about acapella, you're not going to win these people over with doing stuff on beats either. Quiet as kept. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that are fans of just hip hop in general and battle rap on wax or stage will love it. But if you got those hardcore battle rap on stage, and I see the comments, I'm on Twitter, so I see what goes on. They're like, bring your ass on stage and shit. So if you're not doing that, it's hard for you to win that type of crowd over. Just keeping it a stat.
It's more me trying to just let him understand the perceived value from the outside perception looking in. You know what I mean? As a promoter and someone that's trying to put money in people's pockets, I don't want to make an offer to someone if they're going to drag me publicly. I'm trying to give money to people that appreciate it and that I enjoy as human beings. At this point in my life, I'm only working with rappers that I like because I want to make sure that when I send money, I feel good about it too. That's what makes me still love battle rap. If I'm sending my money to a bunch of people that disrespect me, you're going to push me away from this shit.
Mm. Mm.
Maybe I'll just snap for like a few beats for, if that's cool with you.
Yeah.
Well, for one, shout out Angry Fan for being on that ASAP and getting that interview, man. Big shout outs to Angry Fan on that, man. Let's drop a bomb for the homie on that. Hey, brother, maybe one day we can have a little hip hop conversation because I'm trying to build a space where you have organic hip hop conversations. We bring back the essence of this shit a little bit. So I would love to have a chat with you, my friend. I think I might have reached out to you or whatever, but you know, once again, niggas don't know me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a random guy in the algorithm somewhere and shit. But I really do fuck with this rap shit, man. I bang with it, and I bang with what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with you. I fuck with Jay Black. I even fuck with Three Letter Man. I fuck with Big Homie, Big Homie, Big Homie. Like I fuck with all y'all because like y'all all give y'all different expertise in this game and have y'all own opinions. And I think that's what makes this shit so good is that everybody has different opinions and views shit differently. But the common ground is still to be able to keep this rap shit alive. You know what I mean? So I fuck with it, man. I agree and disagree. You know what I'm saying? Through I don't think that the focus really should have been on the guest in hip hop stuff or guest in battle rap or whatever, even though Mills did bring it up in his side. But I also feel like the main focus was more or less on the offer, which we learned at the end of the day, that wasn't even a direct conversation between him and Mills. That was a middle person, which I guess that's how things will turn out. It's like a game of telephone, you know what I'm saying? But not even though, because he said he knew about the price that was out there. It's just Mills wasn't accepting the price. But you know, I think we're selling high. Like Mills has got a strategy. Now, does this strategy necessarily work for him in the long run? Because it seems like people are turning on him. It seems like people are turning on him, and it might not work out in the way that he thinks is working. But here's the thing as well. He don't need the battles because he's got the music. You know what I'm saying? He's making the music and he's generating traffic to his channel by doing a blog and making music, and he's monetized off it. So it goes back to like Mills's point is like, yo, let's make this money. We don't have to worry about the battle stuff because like we just did with the analytics and stuff, or not the analytics, but the logistics and stuff, those numbers still don't even add up if you was to do the battle, where if you do your own music on these platforms, you're gonna generate double. You're gonna generate double. So I think they all have different points of what they're overall trying to get at. He just said he's trying to like put rappers on, get it on, and like Mills is trying to build a different space where he's trying to put the battle rappers on that go through the battle scene to get an extra source of revenue. So there's several different things going on in regards to this whole clusterfuck of like back and forth between league owners and Mills and rappers, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. So it's unfortunate that nobody can't like figure that part out, but that's why I'm on the outside looking in. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I don't know if this is stuff to, you know, strategically sell shit, but it just sounds like everybody's all over the place and everybody's on their own accord right now. And that's what's kind of ruining it as well, too. And there's a lot of ego involved. There's a lot of ego involved throughout this whole thing. But once again, shout out Organik, shout out Angry Fan. That was a fire interview, man. That's where we're gonna leave this off at, man. And like I said, I blog at the end of every lives now. So there's gonna be something that we're gonna be looking at like this at the end of every single live. You know what I mean? So don't forget to like the video, hype the video, subscribe for the vibes, not validation. We'll be back with more, and I'm pretty sure Mills is gonna be right back responding to what this is, because you know he watched it. You know he watched it. So he's gonna hit us with the yerp. You know what I mean? And all that. But with that being said, man, happy Friday, man. We'll be back with some more. We out of here. Peace.